It's Shar. Today is Sunday, October 16th. So that means that I'm in day 20. Today I had movers. I had movers come over and move all of the appliances from the townhouse that I'm renting into the townhouse that I'm buying. And they came today, and I got a lot of the garage stuff cleaned out from it. It's just from years of stuff that was in there that I hadn't cleaned out yet. And it felt great because I was able to go through and just gave a lot of stuff that probably has monetary value, but to the people who are helping me when I needed help, and that will go on to make some money for them. Tonight on, I'm getting messages from this weird phone number, 610-910-5498. And I did blog about it or write about it on my Facebook post. But it's somebody who reached out to me back Thursday, October 6th and said, "Hey, Char, how are you?" And because they knew my name and they didn't call me Charlotte, because the leak that has gone out there viral is under the name Charlotte Clasaris, and not many people know that I go by Char. So when they had texted me Char, but they didn't answer who it was, and then they reached out to me again tonight, and I said, "Who is this?" And they didn't answer. So I put it on my Facebook page and then put a warning out there to the other agents just to see what it could kick up. But it's also just a reality of, just more stuff because of this situation that I'm having to go through. I was looking through my Facebook, all of my pages, and I mean, there's just hundreds of messages from people all over the world. The one that was most disturbing about this one was that we met at an open house maybe a year and a half ago. Sorry you're going through a hard time, which initially is a nice wish, but they won't tell me who they are. And that's what I had a problem. Well, I still have a problem with. And, just for a safety standpoint, it's not very respectful. It's not very safe. And this person just refuses to give me their name. And it's just another inconvenience that I'm having to go through for this. Found out that my daughter actually this last Friday was her last home game that she's going to be cheering at. So I've missed her games, her home games for this year. And I'm going to try not to let that take too much of my energy because that really makes my heart sad. But I'm going to try to focus on what's going to balance missing the last few of her games. And because I know that just like when the sun comes up in the morning, it balances the night, that if I'm going through something, there's going to be something even better and bigger that's going to balance this. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And it have to be pretty good. I don't even know it yet. So I think having her here is pretty nice. We got to spend the day going back and forth between here and our new place. And she's getting pretty excited getting her room set up and getting some things installed, and it's kind of nice to see her want to hang out with me. And went and got dinner tonight and just had some nice little memories, so I got to spend some great time with them. Now, on a safety concern, I did activate on my Facebook, on my phone. If you have an Apple phone, there is an app called My Friends, and I gave access for my two brokers, Jamie and Sheena, to have access to where I'm at all the time, indefinitely. So they're always going to be able to know where I am, and so are my three children. And I had jokingly said to my 17-year-old not to abuse the right, but she won't. She's awesome. And made sure that they each had, like my children has both of my brokers' numbers, and my brokers have all three of my children's number in case there's anything that comes up or if they need to get a hold of each other. My two worlds need to be able to talk to each other. And that's just a safety thing. I think I'm doing a lot more of the proactive planning now, knowing I really feel pretty confident that in this next week these charges should be dismissed, knowing that the minor has a page that shows that he's a 23-year-old. I thought he was 23 at the time that I sent these Pope photos. I said that in my messages to the detective, and I have the phone records that show that I called back and left a message. So we'll see where it goes. I know I had a few people reach out and tell me that there's a little bit of corruption going here in Des Moines. I don't know. I just think the system moves slow, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm not going to try to make sense of it. I think that is about it for an update. It was just, hopefully this next week, I'll find out if I get approved for the funds that will help me move. And if not, then I'm just going to have to put it on a credit card and figure out how to pay that later, because I've got to get us moved sooner than later. I did find out from my landlord that the house sold today. So I should stop having showings of strangers coming in and out of my house, and just the person that's buying it will be visiting a few more times for an inspection and stuff like that, and I can handle all that. So anyway, that's the update for today. It is October 16th, and I'm day 20, which is just half of what Noah did. And if Noah's ride was anything like mine, because I can't even imagine, that he wakes up every day. He's probably, I don't know, sweating food. You wonder what you're going to feed all these animals and all the cleaning. And the animals are probably getting a little grumpy by day 22. So that was probably, his day 20 is probably harder than my day 20. So being able to reflect back on my faith and my walk, and being able to compare it to some of the stories that I've grown up with has really been very comforting. And, just remembering to continue to pray and to ask God for guidance. And he's all around me. I feel him. I see his angels. I see his guidance. I hear his voice in my ear. So I know that God's at work here. And I think I was the one who asked him to teach me patience. So I think that's what he's doing right now. So anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you tomorrow.